Sometimes love doesn't announce itself with grand gestures or dramatic declarations. It slips quietly into everyday moments, showing itself in ways so subtle you might almost miss them. When a man is falling for you, he often reveals his feelings not through direct words, but through the little things he does, the way he looks at you, and the attention he pays to details others overlook. These signs are woven into conversations, shared glances, and unexpected acts of care, building a silent language that speaks volumes if you know how to read it. You might notice how he remembers something you mentioned weeks ago, or how his eyes seem to linger on you just a little longer than they used to. He might find reasons to text you, even if it's just to share something small, or mirror your gestures without even realizing it. These moments may seem casual, but together they form a pattern that reveals his heart is slowly making more room for you. What's remarkable about these subtle signs is how consistent they are. They are not one-off moments meant to impress. They're everyday choices that show you've become part of his world. Whether it's celebrating your small wins, prioritizing time with you, or including you in his future plans, each action is a quiet reminder that you matter to him. In this list of 15 signs he's falling for you more each day without realizing, we'll uncover the hidden ways affection shows itself, through presence, attentiveness, and the smallest yet most meaningful gestures. These signs may be silent, but they speak louder than words, revealing feelings that are genuine, growing, and perhaps even deeper than he realizes. By the end, you'll see that love often speaks in whispers, and those whispers are worth listening to. 1. He remembers small details about you. When a man remembers small details about you, it's often one of the clearest, yet most overlooked, signs that you're on his mind more than you realize. These details could be as simple as recalling the exact way you take your coffee, the book you mentioned in passing weeks ago, or the story you told about your childhood pet. For most people, small talk comes and goes without much thought, but when someone is genuinely interested, they tend to hold on to those fragments of conversation. It's not just about having a good memory, it's about intentional listening. It's not just hearing your words, he's absorbing them because they matter to him. This kind of attentiveness means he's storing little pieces of you in his mind. He might bring them up unexpectedly, like asking how that work presentation you were nervous about went, or sending you a song that reminded him of your favorite band. These gestures might feel casual, but they are actually powerful indicators of emotional investment. When someone makes the effort to remember, it's because they want to connect on a deeper level. It's his way of saying, I value what you share with me, and I want to be a part of your world. You might notice him weaving these details into conversations, showing that he's been paying attention all along. It creates a sense of safety and comfort, because you realize you're not just speaking into the air. Your words are being heard and cherished. This habit can also extend to how he gives gifts or plans surprises. A remembered preference becomes the reason he picks a certain restaurant or chooses a present that feels almost too perfect. In relationships, it's easy to overlook these quiet signs, especially when you're searching for grand gestures. But remembering small details is, in many ways, more meaningful. It's consistent, subtle, and deeply personal. It tells you that he's invested in not just knowing you but understanding you. Whether he realizes it or not, these moments are proof that you've become someone special in his life, and that his feelings are growing with each passing day, carried quietly in the details he refuses to forget. 2. His eyes linger on you longer than before. When his eyes linger on you longer than before, it's rarely accidental. Eye contact is one of the most powerful, unspoken forms of communication. And when a man starts holding your gaze for just a little longer than usual, it reveals more than words ever could. It's a subconscious action, often happening without him even realizing it. Because when someone is drawn to you, they naturally want to take in every detail. That extra moment of looking is a silent confession, an unguarded glimpse into his growing attraction. You might catch him watching you while you're speaking, not just politely, but with genuine focus, as if every word you say matters. His eyes may soften, his expression relax, and in those seconds, the world around him fades because you have his complete attention. Even in group settings, his gaze might find its way back to you, like a magnet. This isn't about staring, it's about connection. It's the warmth and depth in his eyes that tell the story. These lingering looks can happen in different ways, sometimes direct, holding your gaze with an intensity that makes you forget what you are saying, and sometimes subtle, when you look away and then notice he's still watching you from the corner of his eye. Both carry the same message. You've captured his interest, and is in no hurry to let that moment pass. What makes it meaningful is the vulnerability in it. Prolonged eye contact strips away the shields we put up in daily interactions. It's as if, in that instant, he's letting you see past his guard, showing you his curiosity, admiration, and maybe even affection. People don't hold on to moments like this with just anyone. It's reserved for those who matter. Over time, these lingering glances become their own quiet language between you. They can speak volumes in situations where words feel too heavy or unnecessary. It's a silent thread tying you together, saying, I see you, I'm drawn to you, and I want to know you more. Whether he's fully aware of it or not, the way his eyes rest on you is one of the clearest signs that his feelings are deepening day by day. 3. He finds reasons to text or call you. When he starts finding reasons to text or call you, it's a clear sign you've become a part of his daily thoughts. These messages or calls might not always carry deep or urgent topics. Sometimes they're simple, casual check-ins like, how's your day going? Or sharing a funny meme he thinks you'd enjoy. On the surface, it can seem light-hearted, but underneath, it's his way of creating opportunities to stay connected with you. He isn't just waiting for you to reach out. He's making the effort to keep the conversation alive. Often, these reasons don't have to be big or important. He might suddenly remember to tell you about a TV show you mentioned, or ask for your opinion on something he could have easily searched online. These little excuses are more about hearing your voice or seeing your reply than actually needing the information. Every text or call becomes a thread that pulls him closer into your world, and is using them to weave himself into your everyday life. You might also notice the timing, how he reaches out during breaks, after work, or late at night when the day quiets down. That's because you're not just another contact in his phone. You're someone he looks forward to talking to. He's not letting hours or days pass without some form of contact because, to him, silence feels like distance. This effort also shows a growing emotional attachment. By initiating, he's signaling that you're on his mind enough to interrupt his own day. It's his way of saying, you matter to me, and I want you to know I'm thinking about you. Even if the topics seem random, the intention is deliberate. He's choosing connection over convenience. Over time, these frequent check-ins build a rhythm between you. The more he finds reasons to reach out, the more you become a constant presence in his life. And whether he realizes it or not, every call, every little text, is a step deeper into his feelings for you, proof that you're not just someone he talks to, but someone he wants to talk to again and again. 4. He mirrors your gestures and tone. When he mirrors your gestures and tone, it's more than just coincidence. It's a subconscious sign that is tuned into you on a deeper level. People naturally imitate the body language, expressions, and speech patterns of those they feel connected to. And when a man starts doing this with you, it often means he's comfortable around you and wants to create a sense of closeness. You might notice him leaning in when you lean in, crossing his arms when you do, or picking up your favorite phrases and expressions without realizing it. Even the pace of his speech may start to match yours. This isn't forced. It happens because he's engaged and focused on you, and his brain is syncing with yours in an unspoken rhythm. Psychologists call this mirroring, and it's a powerful indicator of rapport and emotional alignment. It's also about shared energy. If you're speaking softly, he might lower his voice to match yours. If you're enthusiastic and animated, his expressions and gestures may become livelier too. This matching behavior makes conversations flow more naturally, building a sense of we're in this moment together. It's his way, whether conscious or not, of making you feel understood and connected. These moments might be subtle at first, but they create a feeling of familiarity and trust. Mirroring tells you he's not just hearing your words, he's feeling the atmosphere you create. It's an unspoken agreement that your presence matters enough for him to adapt and align himself with you. Over time, you may find that you start doing the same. picking up his little gestures, quirks, or expressions. That's the beauty of this sign. It works both ways, deepening your bond without either of you having to say, "I like you." When a man reflects your gestures and tone, he's silently saying, "I'm with you, I get you, and I want to be in sync with you." Whether he realizes it or not, it's one of the clearest signs that his feelings are growing stronger with every interaction. 5. He notices your mood changes instantly. When he notices your mood changes instantly, it shows he's paying close attention, not just to your words, but to your energy, expressions, and even the smallest shifts in how you carry yourself. Most people might overlook a subtle sigh, a softer tone, or the way your smile doesn't quite reach your eyes, but if he catches it right away, it means he's emotionally attuned to you. This level of awareness doesn't happen overnight. It develops when someone genuinely cares and has been observing you long enough to recognize your patterns. He might ask, "Are you okay?" before you even have a chance to say anything, or check in with a simple, "What's wrong?" when you try to mask how you feel. Sometimes he won't even ask. He'll just adjust his behavior, speaking more gently or offering comfort without prompting. This shows he's not only aware of your mood, but is invested in supporting you through it. This attentiveness is about more than just empathy. It's about priority. Your emotional state matters to him, and he feels a responsibility, spoken or unspoken, to respond to it. He could be in the middle of something, yet he'll pause to make sure you're okay. That instant shift in focus is his way of saying, "You're important enough for me to stop and pay attention." It also reveals a deeper connection because noticing mood changes requires more than casual observation. His reading between the lines, catching the unspoken cues in your body language, your voice, and your expressions. It's not just that he sees you, it's that he understands you on a level where silence speaks as loudly as words. Over time, this awareness can become one of the most comforting aspects of being around him. You realize you don't need to explain everything. He just knows. And whether he's fully conscious of it or not, the fact that your moods matter to him is a quiet but powerful sign that is falling for you more with each passing day. 6. He goes out of his way to help you. When he goes out of his way to help you, it's a strong sign that you hold a special place in his life. This isn't just about doing favors. It's about making an effort that costs him time, energy, or convenience simply because he wants to see you comfortable, supported, or happy. He might offer to drive you somewhere even if it's out of his way, fix something in your home without you asking, or rearrange his schedule to be there when you need him. These actions speak louder than any "I like you" ever could. The key here is the initiative. He's not waiting for you to request help. He's looking for opportunities to step in. It could be small gestures, like carrying something heavy for you or picking up something you forgot, or bigger commitments, like helping you prepare for an important event or being there when you're in a difficult situation. Every act is a choice, and his choice is consistently you. What makes this sign powerful is the intention behind it. People don't willingly go out of their way for just anyone. They do it for those they genuinely care about. By making your needs a priority, he's showing that your well-being matters to him, even if it means putting his own comfort second. This kind of effort also shows reliability, which is a cornerstone of deeper feelings. It's his way of saying, without words, "You can count on me." And when someone is falling for you, being dependable becomes part of how they express their affection. Over time, you might notice a pattern. He's there in both the big moments and the small ones, without keeping score or expecting anything in return. Whether he's fully aware of it or not, every time he goes out of his way to help, he's reinforcing the connection between you. And with each act of kindness, his feelings grow stronger, revealing that you're more than just someone in his life. You're someone worth going the extra mile for. 7. He shares personal stories with you. When he shares personal stories with you, it's a sign that is letting you into a part of his world he doesn't open to just anyone. These stories often go beyond surface-level conversations. They might be about his childhood memories, past struggles, family moments, or dreams for the future. By sharing them, he's showing trust, vulnerability, and a desire for you to know who he truly is beneath the layers he presents to most people. Opening up like this isn't always easy, especially for someone who's usually reserved. It means he feels safe with you, confident that you won't judge or dismiss him. The more meaningful and detailed the story, the more it reflects how much value he places on your connection. It's his way of saying, "I want you to see the real me." These moments can also deepen your bond because they create a sense of exclusivity. You're hearing things that not everyone gets to hear. He might talk about lessons learned from mistakes, proud achievements, or even regrets he's carried. Each story is a piece of the puzzle that forms his life, and is choosing to let you put those pieces together. Sometimes, these personal shares happen gradually, woven naturally into conversations. Other times, they come in quiet, more intimate settings where he feels completely at ease. Either way, they are never random. They come from a place of wanting closeness. By trusting you with his personal history, he's building emotional intimacy, whether he consciously realizes it or not. It's more than just telling tales. It's giving you access to the moments that shaped him. And as he continues to share, it's a clear sign that his feelings are deepening, because allowing someone into your inner world is one of the most meaningful steps toward genuine connection. 8. He subtly touches you more often. When he subtly touches you more often, it's one of those quiet but unmistakable signs that his feelings for you are growing. These touches aren't necessarily bold or dramatic. They are often small, almost casual gestures that still carry a lot of meaning. It could be a light touch on your arm while making a point, a gentle hand on your back as you walk through a crowd, or brushing something off your shoulder. Each touch is deliberate, even if it feels effortless. Physical contact is one of the most instinctive ways humans express connection. And when a man starts finding excuses to close that gap, it shows he's comfortable around you and drawn to your presence. These subtle touches are a way of testing boundaries, building familiarity, and communicating interest without words. They can linger just long enough to be noticed, sending a message his voice might not yet be ready to say out loud. It's also about creating moments of closeness. Touch has a powerful effect. It can release warmth and reassurance, making interactions feel more intimate. When he reaches out physically in small, natural ways, he's establishing a physical language between you that reinforces the emotional one. What's important here is the consistency. A single touch might be coincidence, but repeated, gentle contact is usually intentional. You may not even realize how often he's doing it. It's simply a reflection of how drawn he feels toward you. And because it's subtle, it doesn't feel forced or intrusive. It feels like a natural extension of how he engages with you. Over time, these small gestures can become a familiar rhythm. An arm around you when you're cold, a high five that turns into a handhold, or his hand lightly brushing yours as you walk. Whether he admits it or not, each touch is a quiet step forward, showing that his attraction is deepening and that being near you feels exactly where he wants to be. 9. He smiles when he hears your name. When he smiles when he hears your name, it's a pure and unfiltered reaction, one that's hard to fake. This kind of smile isn't just polite. It's the kind that lights up his face instantly, often before he even realizes he's doing it. It's a small but powerful sign that the thought of you brings him genuine happiness. Your name, to him, isn't just a word. It's tied to feelings, memories, and moments that make him feel good. You might notice it when someone else mentions you in a conversation, or when he sees your name pop up on his phone screen. His expression changes, softening in a way that shows you occupy a special place in his thoughts. Sometimes it's a quick grin. Other times, it's a slow, warm smile that lingers, as if he's savoring the thought of you. This reaction happens because your name is connected to positive emotions for him. It's a trigger for all the times you've made him laugh, supported him, or simply been present in a way that mattered. Just hearing it can spark a wave of fondness, even if it's in the middle of a stressful day. What makes it meaningful is that it's not done for show. Often, he's unaware you've even noticed. That's what makes it genuine. It's a spontaneous reflection of how much you mean to him, not something he's calculated or rehearsed. Over time, you may find that his smile at the mention of your name becomes something you can count on, no matter the setting. It's a small but undeniable indicator of affection, proof that you've made a lasting impression on him. Whether he's fully aware of it or not, every smile at the sound of your name is his way of saying, without words, You make my world better just by being in it. 10. He includes you in his future plans. When he includes you in his future plans, it's a sign that his feelings have moved beyond the present moment. He's starting to picture you as part of his life in the long run. This can show up in subtle ways, like mentioning events months away and assuming you'll be there, or in bigger ways, like talking about vacations, life goals, or even where he wants to live, with you naturally in the picture. It's not always about grand declarations. Sometimes, it's as simple as, we should try that restaurant when it opens, or, next summer, we could take a road trip. These casual statements reveal a deeper truth. He's not imagining his future without you in it. His mind automatically places you alongside him in upcoming experiences, which means he sees your relationship as something lasting and worth investing in. Including you in his future also shows a level of commitment, whether he says the word or not. People don't make space for others in their long-term plans unless they feel emotionally connected and trust that the bond will continue to grow. It's his way of showing he values what you have and wants it to evolve. You might notice he starts using we instead of I when talking about upcoming events or decisions. That shift in language signals that he's already thinking like a team, blending his path with yours. It can also mean he's quietly testing how you respond to the idea of a shared future, gauging if you're just as comfortable with the thought as he is. Whether these plans are small or significant, the message is the same. He's not just here for today. Without even realizing it, he's inviting you into chapters of his life that haven't been written yet, showing that you've become an important part of the story he wants to tell. 11. He listens closely when you speak. When he listens closely when you speak, it's a sign that he values your words, your thoughts, and your presence. In a world full of distractions, genuine listening is rare. And when a man gives you his full attention, it means you're more important to him than whatever else might be happening around him. He's not just hearing you. He's absorbing what you say, storing it in his memory, and showing you that your voice matters. You might notice subtle cues that prove he's truly engaged. He maintains eye contact, nods at the right moments, and responds thoughtfully instead of giving generic answers. He doesn't interrupt or rush you. He lets you finish your thoughts, even during pauses, because he's interested in understanding, not just replying. This level of attentiveness goes beyond politeness. It's personal. He's tuning into your tone, your emotions, and the underlying meaning of your words. He remembers things you've told him before and follows up on them later, which shows that he's not just listening in the moment. He's carrying those conversations with him. When a man listens this way, it also signals respect. He values your perspective enough to give it his full focus, even if the topic isn't something he would normally care about. Your stories, your opinions, and even your offhand remarks matter because you matter. Over time, this kind of listening builds trust and emotional intimacy. You feel safe sharing with him, knowing you're being heard without judgment or distraction. Whether he realizes it or not, every time he leans in, stays quiet, and really hears you, he's deepening the bond between you. It's a quiet, consistent action that speaks volumes, proof that is not just passing time with you, but genuinely cherishing every word you share. 12. He prioritizes spending time with you. When he prioritizes spending time with you, it's one of the clearest signs that you've become an important part of his life. Everyone has responsibilities, obligations, and busy schedules, but when a man consistently makes space for you, no matter how hectic things get, it shows that you're not just an afterthought, you're a priority. This can show up in small and big ways. Maybe he rearranges his plans to fit yours, chooses to see you even on days when he's tired, or makes an effort to include you in his routines. It's not about having endless free time. It's about choosing to share the time he does have with you. That choice says, you matter enough for me to make the effort. It's also in how he treats the time you spend together. He's not just physically present. He's engaged, putting away distractions like his phone, focusing on you, and making sure those moments feel meaningful. Whether it's going out for a special occasion or simply sitting together in comfortable silence, he values the connection you share and doesn't take it for granted. When a man does this consistently, it reflects long-term interest. He's showing you, without grand speeches, that being with you is something he looks forward to. It's not about convenience, it's about intent. Choosing to spend time with someone regularly means they are woven into the rhythm of your life, and that's not something people do lightly. Over time, these choices create a deeper bond. You become part of his inner circle, someone whose presence feels necessary rather than optional. And whether he says it out loud or not, the way he prioritizes you sends a clear message. You're not just someone he likes. You're someone he wants to keep close, day after day. 13. He gets curious about your past. When he gets curious about your past, it's a strong sign that his interest in you goes beyond the surface. He's not just focused on who you are now. He wants to understand the journey that shaped you into this person. This curiosity often shows up in the form of thoughtful questions about your childhood, your family, your friendships, past experiences, and even challenges you've overcome. It's not about prying or judging. It's about connecting the dots. He wants to know what makes you laugh, what's hurt you, what you've learned, and what you've dreamed about. These conversations allow him to see the full picture, not just the highlights you share in casual talk. And when a man seeks out those details, it's usually because he wants to connect on a deeper emotional level. He might ask about your favorite childhood memory, the places you've lived, or turning point in your life. He listens when you share old stories and often follows up with more questions, showing genuine interest. You may even find that he remembers small things you've mentioned and brings them up later, proof that is not just hearing your words but holding on to them. This kind of curiosity is a form of intimacy. By learning about your past, he's building a bridge between your history and your present, trying to understand you in ways that will help him be closer to you now. It's also a way of saying, your life matters to me, all of it, even the parts one wasn't there for. When someone takes the time to explore your history, it means they see you as more than just a momentary connection. They are investing in knowing all of you, your roots, your scars, and your triumphs. And whether he realizes it or not, his curiosity about your past is really his way of preparing to be part of your future. 14. He celebrates your small wins. When he celebrates your small wins, it shows that he's genuinely invested in your happiness and progress, not just the big, obvious milestones. These wins could be anything: a compliment from your boss, finishing a project you've been working on, sticking to a personal goal, or even trying something new that took courage. While others might overlook these moments, he sees them as important and worth acknowledging. His reactions can be simple yet deeply meaningful. Maybe he sends a congratulatory text, gives you a high five, takes you out to celebrate, or just tells you how proud he is. The point is, he notices and takes the time to make you feel good about your accomplishments, no matter how small they might seem to the rest of the world. This kind of support is about more than encouragement. It's about recognition. It means he's paying attention to your efforts and values the things that matter to you. By celebrating with you, he's saying, your victories are my victories too, which creates a sense of partnership and shared joy. It also reflects emotional investment. People don't go out of their way to applaud the small details of someone's life unless they truly care. Celebrating your minor successes shows that he's looking for reasons to lift you up, and he wants you to feel seen and appreciated. Over time, these celebrations build a deeper connection between you. You start to trust that he'll be there not only in the big, dramatic moments, but also in the quiet, everyday ones that shape your journey. And whether he realizes it or not, every time he cheers you on for something small, he's reinforcing the idea that he's falling for you, because he's making the choice to share in your joy, no matter the size. 15. He looks for excuses to be near you. When he looks for excuses to be near you, it's one of the most telling signs that he's drawn to you in ways he might not even be ready to admit. These moments aren't always grand or obvious. They can be as subtle as sitting beside you when there are plenty of other seats, walking you to your car even when it's out of his way, or suddenly needing to help with something you're doing just so he can be in your space. Often, these excuses feel natural, but underneath, they're deliberate choices. He might show up where he knows you will be, offer to run errands with you, or linger a little longer than necessary after a conversation ends. Even in group settings, you'll notice he somehow gravitates toward you, closing the physical gap until it feels like you're in your own little bubble. This behavior isn't just about proximity, it's about connection. Being close allows for casual conversation, shared glances, and small interactions that might not happen otherwise. It's also his way of showing comfort and familiarity, signaling that your presence is something he enjoys and seeks out.